I'm Dub, and I'm joined this morning by an old friend who's been doing things with us at Moose FM since, I think, long before I was here, Brad Small from Brad's Furniture and Appliances. How you doing today, Brad?
Great, Dub. How are you this morning?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much, and thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
This is one of those things where we talk basically every Friday. You come on for a few minutes, talk about some of the things going on at your store.
You bet.
And I don't actually know much about sort of your life kind of, becoming this sort of furniture magnate that you've become. I know you've been around for a long time, so we're going to talk a bit about that in a minute. But if somebody's hearing this for the first time, Brad's Furniture and Appliances, I mean, it's in the name, but tell us a bit about what you do at your business.
Well, of course, it all started. We were Sears here from 1993 till 2017. And, we built things up by looking after our customers and, making sure that they got the best value for their products. And then Sears' demise in 2017, we'd already started pre-planning to do things on our own. Mm-hmm. So at that time, we actually started Brad's Furniture. We moved back across the street where we'd actually been 7 years, or we were in there for 7 years previously. Mm-hmm. And we've been there ever since. So, 2017 till now. So 7 years we're going on.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And in that story, of course, have furniture and appliances, but you sell beds, you sell kind of accessories, kind of lots of that stuff.
Yes, we've got living room furniture, bedroom furniture, mattresses. Of course, I always talk about those. A great story being Canadian made.
Yeah.
Appliances, we pick the brands that we rely on the most. We find some aren't as reliable as others, so we're not going to sell people what we wouldn't buy ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating. So let's go back to kind of the start of this journey then, even before you kind of open up the Sears version, I suppose, of Brad's Furniture. What kind of got you into this business kind of in the first bit? What made you say, I want to open a furniture store and do this for a living?
Well, actually, I took business in community college, mm-hmm. and I got recruited by Sears in Brandon, Manitoba back in 1990. Mm-hmm. And at that time, they said, we want to make you a store manager of Sears catalog store. Mm-hmm. So at that time, we just had a few appliances on the floor, not much.
Yeah.
So we want to make you a manager of a Sears store in Dawson Creek, BC. I didn't even know where that was. I thought the first thing that came...
Sorry, Brad. You're from Manitoba then, is what you're saying?
I'm from Manitoba.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Where in Manitoba? I'm from Winnipeg. So this
I'm from a small town in southern Manitoba, Deloraine.
Okay.
Little farming community.
Very cool. We're learning things about each other. I'm sorry for interrupting. So you're in Brandon. And
I'm in Brandon, and I get chance to manage a store in Dawson Creek, and I didn't hear Dawson Creek, I heard Dawson City, so I'm thinking Yukon. I'm
like
going
Gold Rush.
And then I finally went and got a map out, and I looked at the map, and I went, holy cow, that's a long ways up. Mm-hmm. But we moved to Dawson, and our thought there was we'll stay here for a couple of years, and then we'll transfer to southern BC.
Yeah.
But in 1993. Sears decided to fire us all, and they made all the stores private, all the catalog stores. So we had a choice to stay in Dawson Creek or a chance to buy in Fort St. John. And at that time, it really wasn't any choice. It was come to Fort St. John. And, we made Fort St. John home. Dawson was never home because we thought we were going to be there and move away.
Yeah.
But we moved to Fort St. John. Our kids are born here. They went to school here. It just became home, and we find the community is really good. The people are great. And, we love it here.
Amazing. So you're in Dawson Creek. You're managing the store. They fire you.
Yeah.
And you buy in, and then you purchase the store in Fort St. John.
That's right.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Was it Sears at the time, too, then? Or
No, it was Sears.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sears. They just decided not to have employees. They wanted to franchise them out.
Gotcha.
And do it that way. So we decided that we like what we do. Mm-hmm. We're just going to do it in Fort St. John.
Okay. And now then you're sort of independent because of the Sears demise, as you say?
Well, now we're totally independent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we still had Sears, not backing us, but we still had their name to hang above our head.
Yeah.
And now we're just doing it ourselves, and we're banking on, hopefully the goodwill we built up over the years, and, looking after our customers and, a lot of repeat customers. Mm-hmm. And that's how we survive.
Yeah. And I mean, you said you went to business school, so I imagine even as a kid or a teenager, you're like, I'd like to be running things or owning things eventually, eh?
Well, actually, let's even go back before business school. I was a power engineer at Manitoba Hydro for 6 years.
Oh, okay.
So I worked in a coal generating station. Mm-hmm. And at that time, all I kept saying was 24 hours a day, 365 days a year for the rest of my life.
You have to be kind of available.
It was never someone had to be there.
Yeah.
And we were a standby generating station. So you went to work with no purpose.
Yeah.
And I had a great job. It was way too good to quit. But it was a real low motivation job.
Yeah.
Going home from work one day, I was riding a motorcycle and got ran over by a van.
Oh.
Broke my femur. Had a broken leg for 2 years. So I quit that job and went to school while I was on a broken leg. Mm-hmm. So yeah, went to school, got my business, and then got hooked up with Sears, and the rest is history.
Wow. What a story, hey.
Yeah.
Do you still ride motorcycles, or is that something you gave up after that?
I could if I wanted to, but I just prefer not to.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I was only probably 10 feet away from the person when he turned right in front of me. It was the year they brought the helmet law in, so I actually put my head through his windshield.
Wow.
And, I didn't wear a helmet before that, so thank God, helmets work.
Yeah, yeah.
And, it was a pretty bad crash. You don't win when you're on a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you made it here to
yes, me too.
to open the furniture store and whatnot. All right. Well, Brad, if people want to come by and see you and check out your wares, what kind of days and times are you open usually?
You know what, Dub? I think one thing that I found is consistency. So we're there Monday to Friday, 9 till 6. We're there a little bit shorter hours. Saturday, we go 10 till 5. But, give us a call anytime. We're more than willing to help.
Yeah, and you've got that wonderful website as well. If you want to take a look at some of the things you do have ahead of time, bradsappliances.ca
for sure.
too. So, awesome. Brad, thanks so much for coming by to talk to us today.
You're welcome,
and one more thing. Where are you located? I should make sure I say that.
We're in the Northgate Mall.
I've got 10446 100th Street. Does that sound about right?
You betcha.
Make sure you stop by and check out Brad's furniture and appliances, and check out his website, bradsappliances.ca. Thanks so much for being here, Brad.
You're welcome, Dub. Thanks for having me.
Join us next Thursday for the next edition of Vocal for Local, brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op. If you have a small business and would like to be featured for free, call us at 787-7100 or email reception@moosefm.ca.
Wendy's Small Frosty is the ultimate summer refreshment. And not because it's cool and creamy and made with fresh Canadian dairy. It's also refreshingly cheap, just 99 cents until July 14th. It's a treat for you and your wallet. Taxes extra at participating Wendy's.
Rosebrook Flooring summer sale is in full swing. Luxury vinyl plank starting at just $249 a square foot. Whether it's glue down or click, they've got plenty in stock. Plus, new stock is rolling in.